The Galactic Council chamber fell silent when Ambassador Thalraxis made her declaration. "Let us be honest about what humans are," the towering Dravine said, her 4 eyes scanning the assembly with contempt. "They are prey. Weak, soft, evolved from creatures that ran from predators. They have no claws, no venom, no natural armor. Earth's own history shows them being hunted by their planet's apex predators. And yet, somehow, they believe they deserve a seat at this council." Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. Representatives from a dozen predator species nodded, their various fangs, claws, and weapons visible. Jack Morrison, Earth's first ambassador to the Galactic Council, sat quietly in his assigned seat listening. He'd heard this before. Every species humanity encountered said the same thing. Humans are prey. Humans are weak. Humans don't belong among the hunters. Ambassador Morrison. Thalraxis turned her attention to him, her massive form designed by evolution to kill. "Do you have anything to say in your species' defense, or do you acknowledge what you are?" Jack stood slowly. At 6 feet tall, he was dwarfed by most beings in the chamber. His suit jacket felt restrictive, formal, designed to make him look civilized, professional, safe. "You know what?" Jack said, his voice calm. "You're absolutely right, Ambassador Thalraxis. Humans are prey species. We evolved being hunted, running from things bigger, faster, stronger than us." He started walking toward the center of the chamber. "But you know what's funny about being prey? You learn things, you adapt, you get creative." Jack stopped in the middle of the council floor and shrugged off his jacket. Underneath, his shirt was short-sleeved, and his arms were covered in scars, long, jagged scars that spoke of claws. Burn marks from energy weapons, puncture wounds from fangs, old injuries, healed but never forgotten. The chamber went absolutely silent. "These," Jack said, rolling up his sleeves further to show more scarring, "are from a Dravine hunting party. 3 years ago, before first contact, your people found a human exploration ship in contested space. Decided we looked like easy prey, killed 6 of my crew, wounded 12 others." He turned, showing a particularly nasty scar across his shoulder. "This one is from a Karathi raider. They boarded our vessel, killed the captain. Thought humans would surrender. We didn't. Another scar across his forearm, Vexor pirates. They took me prisoner, tried to sell me in a slave market. I killed 4 of them with my bare hands before I escaped." Thalraxis's 4 eyes widened. You survived a Dravine hunt." "Survived it?" Jack's laugh was cold. "Ambassador, I tracked them back to their ship, all 5 of them. Know how many made it off my planet alive?" The chamber waited. "None. Because here's what predator species never understand about prey. We didn't survive by being weak. We survived by being absolutely ruthless when cornered. You want to know why humans have no natural weapons? Because we learned to make weapons out of everything. You want to know why we're soft? Because we learned to heal from injuries that would kill your warriors. You want to know why we ran from Earth's predators?" Jack's expression went hard. "Because we were busy killing them to extinction. Every single one." He gestured to his scars, each one a story. Saber-toothed tigers. Extinct. Dire wolves. Extinct. Cave bears twice the size of any predator on your worlds. Extinct. We hunted the hunter's ambassador, and when we ran out of predators on Earth, we became our own worst enemy and nearly destroyed ourselves in the process. That's what prey species do when they stop running. They learn to hunt back. The council chamber was absolutely silent now. Jack wasn't done. "You look at humans and see soft skin, no claws, no fangs. You think we're easy targets. But let me tell you what every predator species learns eventually. Humans don't need claws because we made knives. We don't need fangs because we made guns. We don't need armor because we made shields that can stop your plasma bolts. But more importantly," Jack's voice dropped lower, "more dangerous, we have something no predator species has. We have spite. We have stubbornness. We have the absolute refusal to die quietly. You hunt us, we hunt you back. You attack our ships, we find your home worlds. You enslave us, we burn your empire down. Because prey doesn't forgive, prey doesn't forget. And prey that evolves into a space-faring civilization is the most dangerous thing in the galaxy because we remember every single time something tried to eat us." Thalraxis took a step back. "Actually, step back. You are threatening this council?" "No," Jack said calmly. "I'm educating it. You wanted to know what humans are. I'm showing you. We're the species that survived everything Earth threw at us. Ice ages, supervolcanoes, asteroid impacts, plagues that killed half our population. And we're still here." He pointed to the Dravine ambassador. "Your people live on a paradise world. Abundant resources, few natural disasters. Your evolution was easy. Our evolution was hell. Every generation something tried to kill us, and every generation we survived anyway. That's what prey species do. We persist. Jack put his jacket back on, covering the scars, but not the message. So yes, Ambassador Thalraxis, humans are prey. But we're prey that learn to shoot back. And if you want to test that, if any species in this council wants to find out what happens when you hunt humans, I invite you to try. Because every scar on my body is from something that thought it could kill me, and I'm still here. They're not. The chamber remained frozen. Jack walked back to his seat, his point made. Then, unexpectedly, a voice spoke up. Ambassador Morrison. It was Ambassador Kalan of the Jun Collective, a predator species known for their military prowess. Yes? Your scars? How many combat engagements have you survived? Personally, 43. A ripple of shock went through the chamber. 43 engagements was more than most career soldiers saw in a lifetime. And your species as a whole, how many wars has Earth fought? In our recorded history, thousands. We've been at war with each other more often than we've been at peace. We're very, very good at it by now. Kalana's expression shifted to something like respect. Your species fights amongst itself. Constantly. Until about 50 years ago, we were our own worst enemy. We got good at warfare because we practiced on each other for millennia. Does that frighten you, Ambassador? Because it should. We're the species that learned to kill by killing ourselves, and we still survived. Imagine what we can do when we're unified against an external threat. The Gen Ambassador sat back, reassessing. Other council members whispered among themselves, their earlier contempt replaced by uncertainty. Fear, even. Thalraxis finally spoke again, her voice lacking its earlier confidence. You have made your point, Ambassador Morrison. Perhaps we underestimated humanity. You did. Jack agreed. And you're not the first. Every species we've met has made the same mistake. You look at us and see prey. Soft, weak, easy targets. But let me tell you something about human history. Every empire that ever underestimated us ended up in ruins. Every species that hunted us learned to regret it. Every predator that thought we were easy meat found out why we're the ones who inherited Earth. He looked around the chamber, meeting the eyes of every ambassador. So here's my proposal. Earth wants to join the Galactic Council. Not because we need protection. Not because we're seeking allies. But because we believe in cooperation over conflict. We've spent 10,000 years learning how to kill, and we're tired of it. We want to build instead, trade instead, live in peace instead, but... Jack's expression hardened. If you reject us because you think we're prey, if you decide to test human resolve, then you'll learn the same lesson everything else that hunted us learned. Prey that survives becomes predator. And humans are the best survivors in the galaxy. The vote was called an hour later. Earth was granted a seat on the Galactic Council. Not out of compassion, not out of pity, but out of respect, and a healthy dose of fear. Because the Council had finally understood what humanity was, not prey pretending to be predator, but prey that had become something far more dangerous. Survivors who refused to die, fighters who refused to surrender. A species that spent its entire evolutionary history being hunted and learned to hunt back better than anything that ever came after them. That night, Ambassador Kailana approached Jack in the diplomatic quarters. Your scars? She said. I have read the reports. Each one represents a battle where humans were outnumbered, outgunned, considered doomed. And yet you survived? That's what we do, Jack said simply. We survive. It's humanity's defining characteristic. We're too stubborn to die and too spiteful to quit. I fought in 12 campaigns, Kailana admitted. I thought myself a warrior. But 43 engagements. That is not a warrior. That is something else. Yeah, Jack said, looking at the scars on his arms. That's a survivor. An ambassador, every human you meet has their own scars. Maybe not physical, but we all carry them. Because Earth wasn't kind to us. The galaxy wasn't kind to us. Nothing has ever been kind to us. So we learned to be unkind back. You terrify me, Kailana said honestly. And I have faced Dravine berserkers and Karathi death squads without fear. Good, Jack said. Not unkindly. Fear is healthy. It means you understand. Humans don't want war, Ambassador. We're tired of war. But if someone brings war to us, if someone decides to test whether prey can fight back, they'll find out that the most dangerous species in the galaxy is the one that survived being hunted for 1,000,000 years. Because we didn't survive by running, we survived by fighting. And we got very, very good at it. He extended his hand, a human gesture of peace. So let's not find out what humans can do when pushed to the edge. Let's work together instead. Build something better than war. Kailana looked at his hand, scarred and weathered, and took it. Agreed, Ambassador Morrison. I believe I speak for many when I say, we are glad humans chose diplomacy. I would not wish to face your species in battle. Jack smiled. Neither would we, Ambassador. Neither would we. And throughout the galaxy, word spread. The humans had joined the council. The prey species, the soft ones, the ones with no natural weapons. And every species that heard the story of Jack Morrison's scars learned the same lesson. Never underestimate prey. Because prey that survives doesn't stay prey for long. And humanity had survived everything. Everything. They were done being hunted. Now they were the ones you hoped never noticed you. Because humans, it turned out, were the universe's greatest predators. They just had the courtesy to pretend otherwise. Until you made them remember what they were.